Tonight, recent arrest warrants give new insight into the death of Jaqueline Torres-Garcia, the 11-year-old girl whose decayed body was found in a plastic bin on an abandoned New Britain property back in October. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for the Fox News at 10. I'm Annette Montgomery. Now let's get straight to that arrest warrant. Fox 61's Stephen Reels has been reading it over all evening and joins us with what it has revealed.
Now, we've already had arrest warrants behind me released by Farmington police into the arrest of Carla Garcia, her boyfriend Jonathan Nanita, and her sister Jaqueline Garcia in the death of Carla's daughter Jaqueline Torres-Garcia. But this new warrant I have in my hands comes from New Britain police on what led up to the arrest of Nanita. Now, we have asked New Britain police for the body camera footage of the arrest and the warrants of the Garcia sisters, but they told us the department would not be able to get those over to us until at least Monday. But this new warrant lines up with a lot from the Farmington police warrants, where New Britain police were first tipped off by an anonymous call about a deceased human body in a bin at a home on Clark Street.
I want to thank the initial caller for speaking up, for having the courage to say something. Without that initial call, no one can say for certain where we would be at this point in time.
The caller said they had a photo of what was later identified as the gray Acura Nanita drove. Interviews with the anonymous caller eventually revealed Nanita's involvement. Police were later connected to an intimate friend of Nanita who was with him when he picked up a plastic bin from the wooded area at St. Mary's Cemetery, placed it in the Acura's trunk, and then took it to the abandoned home on Clark Street. In an interview with police, Nanita said it was Carla Garcia who told him to move the bin from the home on Tremont Street to the cemetery, and if that didn't work, hide it on Clark Street. Carla Garcia claimed she was distraught about who was in the bin and said Nanita had been abusive and put the body in the plastic bags. Nanita said Garcia lied. But things progressed in the case when the autopsy of the body found a white powdery substance that seemed to be an attempt to mask the smell.
Evidence indicates that Jaqueline was the victim of prolonged physical abuse and malnourishment prior to her death. It is also believed that following her death, Jaqueline's body was kept in the family's basement and subsequently moved when the family relocated from Farmington in March of 2025.
On October 10th, police took a look at the Acura where they found pants with what looked like blood on them. Based on the evidence from the investigation and interviews with the three suspects where abuse accusations were thrown around, New Britain police say there was cause that Nanita and the two Garcia sisters were involved in the death while they lived in Farmington. And Nanita put the body in the bin when the smell got bad, attempted to mask the scent of decomposition with a lye powder or something similar, and moved the bin to Clark Street.
We have reached out to the Connecticut office of the chief medical examiner about the cause of death of Jaqueline Torres-Garcia, and we have not heard back at this time. Nanita's next court date is scheduled for this Friday, November 14th. In the studio, Stephen Reels, Fox 61.